This is a title winner, as in himself winning the title. I get it. All of those players I've mentioned, Lampard is a league winner. Gerrard isn't. Vieira is. Scholes is. They're all league winners. So we're not talking about the league. We're talking ball at feet. He is better than all of them. Tier 1.
I think Pogba's a better footballer than De Bruyne, ball at feet.
Unfortunately...
Am I lying?
I have to agree.
Pogba technically is a better footballer than De Bruyne.
I love my boy PP, but from what we've seen of them, their career,
I don't think you even
can't
believe that yourself.
But then if you're going based off what we've seen of them, I've seen Scholes, Lampard and Gerrard do way more than what De Bruyne's done.
Nah, no, you haven't.
No, you haven't.
What's going on, Filthy fans? This is Filthy Extra. I am Poet. Beside me is Haida, and it is another episode of Prove Me Wrong. The question is, are you gonna prove me wrong, Noah?
Today, my prove me wrong is the Lampard, Gerrard, Scholes debate is a debate for the second tier of midfielders in the Premier League. Kevin De Bruyne sits alone in tier 1 by himself.
Why does he sit alone?
Why does he sit alone? Every single one of those midfielders, their best attributes. Kevin De Bruyne does it all. He could play as the 10, as in second striker, provide you with goals. He could do the sitting back, provide you with assists. He could collect it from the back four, drive the ball forward. He could do it all. Every single one of those midfielders had limits to their game. He didn't. He could do everything.
How about I'm going to bring someone to the table. They also play for Manchester City, and I will go one better to say they might have been a bit more explosive and better than Patrick Vieira. I'm going to say Yaya Toure was absolutely incredible. For me, Yaya Toure, as a player, he has maybe not everything Kevin De Bruyne has, but I think Yaya Toure has attributes Kevin De Bruyne don't have. And they're top tier attributes the same way Kevin De Bruyne has attributes that Yaya doesn't have, if you understand where I'm coming from.
Could you name those attributes?
Well, first of all, Yaya Toure can play the DM role. He could play the DM role and say, I'm just going to sit in front of the defence and I'm going to protect the defence. You could never see Kevin De Bruyne do that. Another thing I think Yaya Toure was good at doing is collecting the ball, and this is what I love midfielders like this. When I used to play centre-back, I wanted sometimes, if I couldn't clear it, just give it to one midfielder who takes the ball from our half all the way to the other half. Yaya can do that with ease. And Yaya will do it like 3-4 times in one game.
That was something that Yaya was primed for. But Kevin De Bruyne could do that. And we saw him do that many occasions.
But not the way Yaya does. Not to the level Yaya.
And I saw it against my own team. There was multiple times where he ran from his own half through our midfield and just arrowed one top bins. Same way Yaya did. I think when you're including Yaya in this conversation, you're once again arguing for tier 2.
Yaya's tier 2.
Whether he's with the Lampard, Gerrard and Scholes. My point is,
tier 1 just involves one man.
Tier 1 is just one man.
Nah,
you're going crazy.
Tier 1 is just one man.
Haida.
But why is he not? What do the rest of them have on KDB?
But I asked you what puts De Bruyne on his own thing. You said he can do everything the other guys can do. Better, nah.
Better.
He can't do what Gerrard does.
He hasn't got Gerrard or Scholes' long balls.
He definitely does.
No, he's got it in his locker.
He doesn't have Gerrard. He doesn't have their passing
little
range.
Whips into the box. I'm talking 60, 70 yarders.
Passing range.
To man's feet.
For
every
sure.
single time.
Wait, Gerrard's not doing it to man's feet. Gerrard's doing it to man's head where he's trying to control it with his head. There's another man coming within him with 5 yards. Kevin De Bruyne is pinpoint precision. Every single passing from long range, short range. You can't say De Bruyne doesn't have the diags. He definitely does. And his diags are more pinpoint than Gerrard's. We've seen the clips of Gerrard's diags.
Bruno Fernandes in that Manchester United side.
Yep.
For me, especially this season, I begin to wonder, does Kevin De Bruyne have some of the attributes that Bruno has in terms of...
Definitely not.
Do you know
let me explain to you why.
Wait, hold on. He hasn't mentioned the attributes.
No, I want Haida to hit.
No,
Haida's going to finish off.
You said you don't know if Kevin De Bruyne has the attributes in terms of... And he didn't finish.
De Bruyne had a lot of elite players around him. Even the first season or two De Bruyne came to the Prem, he wasn't what he was towards the end of his career. He had to work on that, get better, get coached to be better, all these things. Bruno has... Without Bruno, everyone says it, this United team would be finished. We could have possibly got relegated last season. De Bruyne in that United team last season does not keep us up, does not even do half of what Bruno done in terms of running, covering the kilometres he covers. Everything De Bruyne can do, Bruno can do, but De Bruyne can't do everything Bruno can. So even that tier 1 thing, you might as well put Bruno in there as well.
I think that's a farce of an argument.
Why?
Number one, Bruno's in 15th for a reason. You saying De Bruyne couldn't do that? His team didn't need him to do that. His team required him to win them leagues. You could, the same way you're saying De Bruyne couldn't keep United up from relegation. I could then throw it back at you. I could then say I could then say Bruno couldn't win Man City titles because there's nothing to prove that he can.
Okay.
You're saying
I like another player.
But then there's nothing to prove De Bruyne can do what Bruno done at United.
but then we're arguing. What's the bigger metric? Winning your team leagues or keeping your team up from relegation? Why are Man United in a relegation zone in the first place?
Hear me out. Because the where City have been as a club compared to where United have been in a club in the past 10 years is two completely different places.
And that's a problem.
De Bruyne came into a Premier League winning team already. Bruno didn't come into a Premier League winning team. He came into a and has been the best.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Bruno didn't.
It wasn't as bad.
No,
as
it wasn't.
Now.
Bruno didn't. Wait. I'm gonna remind you of that season where they started the season and then when Ronaldo came and they was
ruined
like,
everything.
This was like United are going for the league. When it was Pogba got 4 assists in one game.
Remember?
Bruno was there. He who cannot be named was scoring.
Wood Green.
Right.
We finished second that season.
You lot,
Martial.
Yes, you lot finished. But then that's the problem.
You're not getting what I said,
Why
though.
is the team regressed so much as with Bruno as your talisman and captain? Why is that the case? You went from a team that was second, pushing to go and challenge, but then a few seasons later you're finishing 15th.
And you're saying that's Bruno's fault.
But that's your
bro.
main man.
But this is a good argument. I've got another player though. How about a player that came from playing for AC Milan? I think he made about 4 games for AC Milan. He was definitely a bit part player. And he's a massive part of the reasons why me and Flashy still love Arsenal. Because the moment he made his debut, I believe against Sheffield Wednesday, 4-1, Ian Wright hat-trick and David Platt, Andy Booth might have scored the other one. That's the moment I knew this guy is a centre midfielder for time. And when he first came to Arsenal, you got the pressure of him not even being able to speak English. What else did Patrick Vieira have against him? He had the fact that he hadn't even played enough first team games for a side for him to even know whether it was the right choice to even sign somebody like that. He gets into the side as a youngster, and the following season he's part of a double winning Arsenal side and an integral part of a double winning Arsenal side. And then what? How many years after that? About 6 years after that, you're talking about an invincible side. His last kick for Arsenal, he won us the FA Cup. He's arguably, for me, in my lifetime, one of our greatest captains ever.
That's great.
Of course, and also, you want to listen, you're talking about De Bruyne is in that tier by himself. Yeah. If we're talking technical efficiency, you haven't mentioned Scholes yet, because you was talking about pinging it diagonals
Scholes
and whatnot, doing it on his feet, bro. There's men that are world class players etched in history that have said Scholes is one of the coldest players I've ever played with on the training ground. So let's talk about Scholes.
That's all talk.
Let's talk about Scholes.
It's not talk, it's facts.
It's facts, bro.
Footballers say nice words about each other all the time.
Let's go, because Scholes is a bit of a... People think he's a bit of a prick, innit?
Eden Hazard said his little brother Forgan is better than him. Footballers lie all the time. I'm not even going to try to disrespect Scholes because he's him.
Yeah.
But I've never seen a player's rep go up so much after retirement.
No, but because
then Scholes. He was
How?
him.
What are you talking about?
But
That's cap. Don't do that.
But it's crazy because in his playing career, we wasn't having him in Xavi, Iniesta conversations. But after
a lot of people was. A lot of people. You might not have been. A lot of people was.
After retirement, he's then been pushed into those conversations. I get it. With the Vieira, you lot might be mistaken my argument. These are great midfielders and Premier League greats. But they're just not Kevin De Bruyne.
No. To seclude De Bruyne in that tier is crazy.
Why?
Because with the amount of talent that has come before De Bruyne,
Great talent.
Bro. No. But
they come before him, but they don't come after
we just
him.
named Yaya Toure, bro.
Yes, and I could name N'Golo Kante, great midfielder. But they're not Kevin De Bruyne. This is the problem. Patrick Vieira, is he better than Paul Scholes?
Yes.
Yeah, he is. Come on, man. Let's not do that.
Patrick Vieira is better than Paul Scholes, bro.
Of course he is.
See? Now we can have this debate. We can argue the tier 2s. Who's above who in tier 2?
But Patrick Vieira is not tier 2.
Let's just avoid tier 1. Because tier 1 is Kevin De Bruyne by himself.
But you still ain't given enough to say why. You've just said he does everything better than the other 3.
That's your
he does
opinion.
everything better than everyone else.
That's your opinion, though.
No, it's not opinion. Realistically, I get it. We have to debate. It's fact. It's fact.
Can I give you a fact? Give me a fact. Scholes was 37 years old, retired, came back, bought boots from Sports Direct that were £20, won the league as a 38-year-old, and retired again.
Okay.
Do you see De Bruyne doing that?
He didn't need to do that. He won 4 leagues in a row.
De Bruyne was
He
getting
didn't need
phased
to do
out by
that.
Pep for
He
the
didn't
last
need
2
to do
seasons
that.
of his
He
career.
didn't need to.
What are you talking about?
He wasn't getting phased out. He was injured. His injuries crept up. Being phased out is completely
He was being
different.
phased out.
Being phased out is a different argument. Being phased out means I'm giving you 10 minutes there, 10 minutes there.
That's what he was getting.
No, he wasn't. He was getting, damn, Kevin De Bruyne's injured. As soon as he's back, he's right back in. I'm going to take you back to the Newcastle
Yeah,
game.
he came in 5 minutes. He made like 20 chances. I hear that.
Newcastle game.
I hear that.
He was injured. This is let's be respectful of who we're talking about. Kevin De Bruyne could never be phased out.
De Bruyne, but not Scholes, Lampard, and Gerrard.
wait,
Like
I'm-
Premier League Hall of Famers, by the way.
Name land.
Kevin De Bruyne was being phased out. That Newcastle game proved who he is. He was out for time, came back in about 5 minutes, created 2 goals, and the league was done.
Was that an Oscar Bob goal?
Yeah,
or was
Oscar Bob, where he took it around the keeper.
No, I hear you,
bro.
yeah. But if you want to talk facts, yeah, I can go off and say, cool, listen, Yaya Toure, I have to bring
Great
it back.
midfielder.
No, I have to bring it
Facts.
back. He's my favourite midfielder of all time, yeah.
Yeah.
20 goals, 20 assists, 2011, 2012, if I'm not mistaken.
Nah, definitely not 20 goals. Henry's the only one
No,
that's
no,
got
no.
20 goals, 20 assists.
Okay, how many league goals did he score that season then?
20.
Can we fact check that?
He's probably scored
And
20.
then we're not talking cup games, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, he probably scored 20.
Assists. How many assists did he
I'm
get
not
that
sure
season
about
too? He
assists.
was therefore in like the late teens. He was definitely in the late teens. So if we're trying to talk facts, bro, you can't say that Yaya Toure don't belong in the Kevin De Bruyne bracket, bro. Of course he does.
I think he does, yeah.
And I'm not a stats man.
He does, but the only thing that I'm going to give you over, because I love Kevin De Bruyne. I can't pretend I don't. I actually love Kevin De Bruyne. And the reason why I'm gearing towards more of what Noah's saying is because just the timings of the 2 careers. So like, I think without Yaya Toure, Manchester City are not here today. I think Yaya Toure is the player that took them and said, nah, we're a serious side. Like, we're actually a serious side. Kevin De Bruyne certified them for me in Premier League history. Like, certified them. Like, that Newcastle game you speak about, yeah, he genuinely was out for time. Rodri was on playing the game and he was controlling. Bernardo Silva's there. There's all these like great players. And the fact that all of those great players, because we spoke about Manchester United, and they don't have many great players, and then how well Bruno has to play in order to push them through. Well, Man City do have great players. So they don't, essentially, you could go, do you even need a Kevin De Bruyne? Yes. Imagine after all having Rodri, Bernardo Silva, the other Silva, Aguero, all of these players, that Newcastle game, I've watched a man come on the field, half crippled, get on the right-hand side and just play a pass that no other midfielder on that field can play. And I'll be honest with you, it's not the only time he's done it, bro. I see it on so many. The Aston Villa game, final game of the season, when who was meant to win the league? Arsenal? And then all of a sudden, my man, and I swear, like, I remember celebrating a Coutinho goal thinking, we're going to win the league. Little do you know, you got Kevin De Bruyne making Gundogan looking like a fucking star. Like, Gundogan had a good season, but because of Kevin De Bruyne, bro.
And that's the thing about KDB. A lot of midfielders with that level of talent, they're not usually they're often keeping the game ticking. They're not the man that you go to as in game winner. You have your striker and think, yeah, he's gonna win us the game. When KDB comes on the pitch, the whole mood shifts. This is a man that's going to win us the game.
He didn't take time to adapt, you know. He
didn't.
just adapted straight away, bro.
And that's the thing. Lampard is that type of midfielder. But Lampard, I love Lampard, but he isn't a creator to the level Kevin De Bruyne is. But Kevin De Bruyne still is a goal scorer to the level Lampard is.
No way.
No, not to the level Lampard is. That's mad.
Not to the level Lampard is.
He's not a goal scorer to the level that Yaya Toure was.
My bad. Right hand up. That was a right hand up. But Kevin De Bruyne is influencing games in attacking areas to the same extent Lampard is. Not goal scoring wise, but in all facets. Gerrard he could do both. He could do the controlling thing, and then
Okay, so there's a flaw in your argument then.
What?
Because that means Kevin De Bruyne couldn't take the game by the scruff of the neck and just slap one in the same fashion that Lampard or Yaya Toure could.
I'm sorry. Once again, he did it multiple times against my own team.
Listen,
There was a game we was 0-0 up, 0-0 against Man City. for so long. Kevin De Bruyne drove through the midfield, like I said with same thing at Yaya Toure, and just arrowed it in. Kepa was in goal, and I'm just thinking, damn, how does he do this every time against us?
That special pass he's got, on the right-hand side, where I think the only person that touches Kevin De Bruyne on the right-hand side whipping it is probably Trent. And I see it so many times where I hear where you're coming from. Gerrard was a great passer of the ball, though. I'm not going to have you say that. And amazing. Grass cutter, he can do it all. But Kevin De Bruyne, when he passes the ball, I feel like I can do it. When I see everyone else passing, I see they're consciously making an effort, and I'm like, I can't do that. Kevin De Bruyne's passing range and where he gets assists from as well. I like, for example, Bruno. The reason why I love Bruno, he can get an assist from anywhere in the pitch. There are certain players that they need to be in a certain position to collect the ball in a certain way, and then they can give an assist. And people like Bruno can be on the right-hand side, feel like there's nothing, whipping across. He can be in the middle of the park, play a little through ball. Even there's a pass he played the other day on the left-hand side. But Kevin De Bruyne can do that every single game if you wanted to. He's literally probably one of the most influential players in his time period I've ever seen, to be honest with you. He's ridiculous.
And I think out of the 10 seasons that Kevin De Bruyne was in the league, 6 of those seasons he produced 10 plus assists. I get it. Because in reality, I'm disrespecting some of my own midfielders of the club that I support. And these are great players. I think, don't get me mistaken. These are great legends of the game. Kevin De Bruyne is just there.
But look,
he's in his own tier.
I genuinely need to understand what you're basing this off. Is it just pure technical footballing ability? Forget what they've done for their clubs.
No, it's everything. It's everything. It's everything.
Bro,
it's the technical ability plus what they've done for their club.
I think you've got it the other way around. I think them three are tier one because Gerrard, Lampard, Scholes, because them three have done things. Maybe not Gerrard so much, but even then he carried Liverpool on his back.
What have them three done that Kevin De Bruyne
Scholes got double digits in Prems. What are you talking about? You don't stay at United in that midfield for over 15 years, being the main guy that the whole club goes through.
You know Fergie used to pay the refs though? I just think Scholes became a more influential player at United the longer he stayed there, and that's probably to do with loads of other factors upstairs than it is downstairs, which is still an important thing. Whereas Kevin De Bruyne, I have to give it credit. The first season he dropped at Manchester City, and I remember all the papers calling him a Chelsea reject. That's exactly what they called him, a Chelsea reject. Oh, how they ate their words. He was... Kevin De Bruyne at Emirates, I remember when he lobbed the keeper one time when we made a mistake of in the league. Do you remember that?
Yeah, 4-1.
Bruv, it was 3-1.
This is a title winner. As in himself winning the title. I get it. All of those players I've mentioned, Lampard is a league winner. Gerrard isn't. Vieira is. Scholes is. They're all league winners. So we're not talking about the league. We're talking ball at feet. He is better than all of them. Tier 1.
I think Pogba's a better footballer than De Bruyne, ball at feet.
Unfortunately...
Am I lying?
I have to agree.
Pogba technically is a better footballer than De Bruyne.
I love my boy PP, but from what we've seen of them, their career,
I don't think you even
can't
believe that yourself.
But then if you're going based off what we've seen of them, I've seen Scholes, Lampard and Gerrard do way more than what De Bruyne's done.
Nah, no, you haven't.
No, you haven't.
Like I said, you know Scholes, yeah? When I was watching football, like say 97, 98, Donny was like Cam and scoring goals against Barnsley, and no one really... He was a good player, great player. He's always been a great player. But there wasn't this hysteria around him. There wasn't this focus around him.
Been. No media, no nothing.
Kevin De Bruyne has had
interviews.
But Kevin De Bruyne has really had that. And Kevin De Bruyne, he don't really be out here doing too much on socials. He keeps it so cool, bro. He's out here, Mrs. cheated on him with Courtois. He still don't care,
When you get bought by City at that time, when was it? 14, 15, whenever it was, for 60-something million, that's big news. That's noise. You're in all the papers. You're everywhere. People are going to look at what you do in the Prem.
So he stayed there for 6 years,
Scholes, Lampard, Gerrard, they grew up at their clubs. They didn't get bought. They was, you get me, under the radar.
Yeah, but then Kevin De Bruyne, he's at Man City. Man City are buying like 3 attacking players every season. And one thing I know about Arteta, one thing I know about Pep is he will play people for like 4 months and then he'll play someone else for the next 4 months. Like Mahrez will play from January moving forward. Grealish, January moving forward. Foden, January moving forward. But then Doku might be the first 6 months, the first 3 months, 4 months. Kevin De Bruyne plays all year round. It don't matter.
In Pep's time at City, there's not many constants in the team.
No, there's not constants.
There's not many constants. Even Aguero wasn't a constant.
That's injuries though.
Yeah.
David
The only
Silva
constants
was.
are Bernardo
Some-
Silva, David
Walker,
Silva,
Rodri.
Kyle Walker, Rodri,
And De Bruyne.
and De Bruyne.
I see City fans that value David Silva more than De Bruyne.
There's Chelsea fans that will value Hazard over Lampard. Hazard didn't do more than
Never.
for Chelsea than Lampard. So it's like, who do
I
you
just
prefer?
feel like I agree with you. De Bruyne, elite. Wow. He's just not in his own tier. They're either all in the same tier or I don't know. He's
Who are we
just
missing
under
out
them,
though?
bro.
Who are we missing out on though? There must be some other players we haven't spoken about. We spoke about Yaya Toure. We spoke about Patrick Vieira. We spoke about, obviously, Paul Scholes, Gerrard, Lampard. What other players are we missing out on?
Arguably, Cesc Fabregas. Arguably.
And that's the same thing with Fabregas. I think on ability, these guys can. But we're talking Prem. As
Yeah, in the
in,
Prem.
This is, we're saying Kevin De Bruyne is tier 1 in the Prem.
Yeah, but
So-
Cesc had 2 spells in the Prem. Better than Kevin De Bruyne's 2 spells in the Prem, though.
He's first.
Arsenal and Chelsea. First was 15 years old, starting, playing, getting up to about 21 years old. Okay, he only won an FA Cup in that time, but a hugely influential player. Broke into the Spanish team. Captain at Arsenal from like 19 years old. Flipping moved to Barcelona, won 5 trophies in his first year. Done all of that. Came back to
Barca.
it's cool. Came back to Chelsea. Do you remember his assist for Schürrle in the opening game? Allow it, bro. And then he went and won the league.
But I don't think that doesn't trump what Kevin De Bruyne done
Nah, I
in the
agree.
league.
That's what the show says some love.
But it's therefore the 2 spells over, like, they're overweight.
No, they don't.
De Bruyne's
They don't.
2 spells.
They
Because he
don't.
had the better first spell than De Bruyne's first.
One thing to add as well about Kevin De Bruyne. One thing I want to, because GOP said something, but I forgot about something with Kevin De Bruyne that Jose Mourinho brought up. Jose Mourinho didn't want to sell him. He begged him to stay.
Oh, really?
He
Yeah.
begged Kevin De Bruyne to stay.
And Salah as well, apparently.
But Kevin De Bruyne just wanted to play football. He wanted to play football. He knew his ability. Let me talk. He knew what he had. So for me,
I didn't know that.
all right, closing statement, Haida. Did my man Noah prove you wrong?
Unfortunately, on this occasion, he didn't prove me wrong because it just don't make sense to me that you
Fair
talk
enough.
about just in the Prem. Like, cool, Gerrard, you can have the argument he didn't do much in the Prem. Even Lampard, but in terms of Scholes, what he done in the Prem and for the Prem, you can't.
What Man
check that,
United
bro.
done? But fair enough. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Flashy Silla, closing statement.
Definitely didn't prove me wrong because when I've got Yaya up there as one of the S-tier midfielders, De Bruyne lives there as well, but he's just not there by himself. Definitely.
With me, I think I have favoritism in my eyes. So I think about people like Vieira and Yaya Toure a lot. Those are the 2 players that I really did love. But Noah, you definitely proved me wrong.
And that's what it is, man. we all love these midfielders. He's included Yaya because that's his favourite midfielder. He's talking about Scholes because he played for Man United. Vieira.
It's got nothing to do. It's just.
I love Kante and Fabregas and Lampard, but realistically, Kevin De Bruyne sits alone, tier 1. Let's end the day.
All right, leave a comment and let us know if you believe that to be true. I don't think he sits alone. If he doesn't sit alone, who's his company? And if he shouldn't be there, who should be there? Vincent, leave a comment, let us know. I love you all.
You just said he proved you wrong, bruv.